Thanks for joining us here at Functional Bliss, where Audra and Jessica will guide you through exercises and wellness techniques to help you live your best life every day. It's in the name, after all, Functional Bliss. Before you do anything else, click like and subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know whenever we put up a new video. To join our Blissful Gang for live Zoom classes where you can get more direct suggestions and encouragement, go to our website and sign up. Check the class description below for any equipment needs, grab your gear, and let's get started.
My phone. All right, so come down onto your back. Take a second to come on down. Feet nice and wide, knees nice and bent. Take a second to kind of snuggle your shoulder blades into a happy position. And ultimately, we're heading towards constructive rest. So get yourself there in a nice, kind way. And then once your body has come and settled down onto the floor, just take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. As you start to settle in, you're going to do those final little wiggles. So you're happily positioned and getting at least 10% more comfortable. And then once you've found yourself to that 10% more comfortable position, we're going to take our hand mudra right away. So you're going to take your thumbs. Thumbs are going to try to reach across to the pads of the pinky fingers, and then the other 4 fingers, or however many fingers you've got, are going to wrap around your thumbs. And then it's going to be palms facing up. So you're going to bring the knuckles of your fingers together with the palms facing up, which will be, in your case, palms facing up towards your chin. And then once you've got your knuckles together, palms facing up towards the chin, you're going to let your hands rest against your belly button or against the soft tissue of your abdomen. So you're going to get your hands together, knuckles together, palms facing up towards your chin. And then take a moment here just to come back to your breath. Take some nice, deep, generous breaths in through your nose. Exhale nice and slow. Inhale a nice deep breath. Exhale nice and slow. Now this mudra, Brahma mudra that we're doing can be a nice balancing mudra, but it can also help stimulate our digestive fire. So that's why we rest the hands on the belly. And then just think about the hands being an extension to the heart center, so they may also benefit a little balance in the heart and lung area. So take a nice full breath, expand your rib cage, fill up your lungs. Notice the movement in your abdomen. Exhale as slow as you can. We're going to go for about 5 more cycles of breath. Nice, slow, deep breaths, filling up your rib cage, feeling the movement in your abdomen. One more cycle of breath. And then you're going to gently release your hand mudra. So you're going to release your hands and then just give your fingers a little twinkle, because some of that pressure on the thumb might want just a little bit of movement to kind of release any of that little bit of contraction or stimulation around the thumb area. And then once you've got your fingers twinkled out just enough, if you can, float your arms up into cactus or goalpost position. And then take some light little brush knee windshield wiper. So as if you're just trying to brush one knee past the other. So keep it small and light to start. Keep that brush knee position, and then you're going to turn your head in the opposite direction of your knee, but you're going to keep your head turned small as well. So knees are gently brushing past each other, and your head's kind of keeping that similar rhythm to your knees. One more brush of the knees past each other, one more turn of the head from side to side, and then let everything come back to center for a moment. Now your eyes are going to rest on the ceiling. So your eyeballs are going to look up towards the sky. You're going to keep your eyes in that steady focused gaze, and your head's going to turn side to side. So you're going to keep your eyes looking up towards the ceiling. Turn your head from side to side, as much range of motion as you can without losing your focused gaze up towards the ceiling. So I like to find a little single point or speck on the ceiling that I let my eyes focus on, and then turn your head from side to side without losing your gaze. One more turn of your head from side to side, and then head's going to come back to center. And now you're going to look your eyes rapidly from side to side. So eyeballs are going to look from left to right as rapidly as you can, but your head is going to stay in that steady, stable position. So your head's not going to turn, your arms aren't going to move, but you're going to notice, does it feel like the muscles in the back of your neck want to make your eyes help or help assist in the movement of your eyes? There's no right or wrong. It's just nice to notice. Does your tongue want to help? Do your toes or your fingers want to help? So just noticing those little chains of connection between your eye movement and your brain, and then the rest of your body. So take a couple of rapid eye movements from left to right. Keep your head as steady and stable as you can. One more rapid eye movement from side to side. And now we're going to let our eyes just move with our head to get into big windshield wipers with head turning in the opposite direction of your knees. So now you're going to go for as much big, generous movement here as you can find. And then if you can, start connecting your breath. Inhale, everything comes through center. Exhale, you find a little bit of a windshield wiper and the head turns in the opposite direction. Take one more windshield wiper from side to side or even yourself out. And then walk your feet back in. You're going to pull your right knee towards your chest, just a light loose handhold. Take your knee, draw it in a couple of circles, circle in one direction, and then tune in here and notice, how do your butt muscles feel? How does your low back feel? Because we're doing a little bit of a flow from the ground today, you just want to tune in and notice. And then you might offer a little support, maybe like under your tailbone. If your butt and your tailbone feels a little bit tender, take that knee, draw it in circles, go the other way. And then you're also just going to notice certain things, like if your low back is feeling cranky, when we hit the portion where we do our little roll up maneuver, you might choose to roll to one side. Like if your back is asking for some gentleness, you'll just tune in and make sure you give your back what it needs. All right, when you're ready, set that right foot down, bring your left knee to your chest. Take that left knee, draw it in a couple of loose circles, draw it in one direction. Same thing here. Notice how your butt muscles feel, your low back feels. How does your tailbone feel? All right, take that knee, draw it in circles, go the other way. One more circle around, and then take both knees into your chest. Exhale as you squeeze them in. Inhale as you move them away just a little bit. Exhale, squeeze the knees in. Inhale, move them away. Connect this with the breath. So it's going to be as slow as your breath. Exhale as you squeeze in. Inhale as you move away. Take one more in and out. And then we're going to move it right into wind relieving pose. You're going to pull your right knee toward your chest. Let your left leg go nice and long to the end of your mat. Inhale as you switch. Exhale, left knee to your chest. Right leg goes nice and long. Inhale as you switch. Exhale as you pull your knee toward your chest. Inhale as you switch. Exhale and bring it in. Inhale to center. Exhale to squeeze the knee towards your heart. Inhale to center. Exhale to squeeze. Go one more time through or even yourself out. And then pull both knees back into the chest. Exhale as you squeeze. Inhale as you release, but you're going to float your feet all the way down to the ground and then walk your feet out nice and long. So we're going to go for a nice long leg position. Inhale, stretch your arms up above your head. And then here's where our roll up maneuver is going to happen. So if you want to cushion your butt, take a second to just slide your blankie under your tush. And then on your exhale, you're going to bend your knees a lot, roll on up. Doesn't have to look like anything specific. You're going to reach toward your toes. Keep your knees as generously bent as you can. And then think half forward fold. So you're going to inhale, lengthen your spine, hands to the shins. Exhale, soften towards your feet. And then we're going to roll our way back down. So what that looks like is just going to be totally up to you. Nothing specific. But as you come on up, inhale, arms up above your head. Pull your right knee towards your chest. So think wind relieving pose, right knee towards the chest. Release that leg, arms up above your head. We're rolling up. Exhale, bend your knees a lot, roll on up, reach toward your toes. Inhale to that half forward fold, hands lift to the shins, lengthen your spine. Exhale, soften back towards your feet, and then we're rolling back on down, but this time we're going to pull the left knee towards our chest. So arms are going to stretch up above your head, left knee in, give it a little squeeze. Release that leg nice and long, arms up above your head, back to that roll up. Exhale, rolling on up, bend your knees a lot, reach towards your toes. Inhale to that half forward fold, lengthen your spine. Exhale, soften into your fold. We're rolling back down. Roll your way down, take your time. Arms are going to come up above your head. Now, right knee is going to come in towards your chest. Take that right knee out to the right, so towards your right shoulder. Take it over to the left, towards your left shoulder. Bring it back to center. Send the leg nice and long, arms up above your head. We're rolling up. Exhale, roll on up, bend your knees a lot. Reach towards your toes. Inhale to that half forward fold. Exhale to soften back down, and then we're rolling back down to the ground. Take your time as you roll on down, arms up above your head. Pull your left knee in towards your chest. Take your left knee out towards your left shoulder. Open the hip up just a little bit. Take the left knee towards your right shoulder a little bit, cross the midline of the body. Bring it back to center. Send that leg nice and long, arms up above your head, rolling up. Exhale, bend your knees, roll on up, reach towards your toes. Inhale, half forward fold, lengthen the spine. Exhale to soften back into that fold. We're rolling on down again. Roll down, take your time. Arms up above your head. Right knee is going to pull in towards your chest. Take that right knee out towards the right shoulder. Open the hips, circle your foot. Go 3 circles in one direction. Go 3 circles the other way. Pass that right knee over towards the left shoulder. Take 1 breath. Release the knee back to center. Send it nice and long. Arms are going to sweep up above the head. Exhale. Do that nice roll up. Bend your knees. Reach toward your toes. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften back into your fold. We're rolling down again. Take your time. Cushion yourself as much as you need to all along the way. Pull your left knee into your chest. Give a light and gentle squeeze. Take that left knee out towards the left shoulder. Stay there. Circle your foot 3 circles in one direction. 3 circles the other way. Take that left knee over towards the right shoulder, slightly across the midline of the body. Pause there. Take a breath. Beautiful. Bring that knee back to center. Send it nice and long. Arms up above your head. Exhale. We're rolling up. Bend your knees as much as you like. Reach towards your toes. Inhale to that half forward fold. Exhale to soften back down. We're rolling back down again. Take your time as you roll your way down to the ground. Arms up above your head. Pull your right knee towards your chest. Now we're going to take this right knee into supine twist. Take the right knee over and across your body. Let your right arm open out nice and wide. Turn your head to the right. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. Bring your right knee back towards your chest. Open it up out towards your right shoulder. Circle your foot 3 times one direction. Circle your foot 3 times the other way. Bring that knee back in towards your chest. Send it nice and long. Sweep your arms up above your head. Exhale, rolling up. Bend your knees a lot. Reach toward your toes. Inhale to that half forward fold. Exhale to soften back down, rolling back down again. Take your time as you come on down. Arms up above your head. Pull that left knee towards your chest. Supine twist to the other side. Take that left knee over to the right. Rotate into your twist. Left arm opens wide. Head turns to the left. Take a breath. Beautiful. Bring that left knee back towards your chest. Open up the hip. Take the knee out towards the left shoulder. Circle your foot. Circle 3 times in one direction. Circle 3 times the other way. Bring that knee back in towards the chest. Send it nice and long. Sweep your arms up above your head. Exhale, we're rolling up. Bend your knees a lot. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften, roll on down. And then this time as we roll on down, we're going to set up for our work that we're about to do. So the first minute of work is going to be a hip bridge with a crunch. So you're going to bring your feet about hip width distance apart, heels nice and close to the butt. Hands are going to be in a Y position for the hip bridge. So arms are going to be up above your head, nice and wide, palms facing up. So you're going to exhale, lift up your hips into that hip bridge position. Inhale as you lower down, hands are going to find the side of the head. Exhale into a crunch. Inhale to lower down. So that's going to be the work. It's 1 minute of work. So you're going to take the work at your pace. Arms up above your head in that Y position. Exhale, lift up into your hip bridge. Inhale, lower down, hands to the side of the head. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lower down, arms reach back up into that Y. Exhale, lift up into hip bridge. Inhale, lower down. Exhale to crunch. Inhale to lower. Go at your pace. Follow your breath. It doesn't need to be speedy. The breath is more important than the speed. Okay, now the next time your hips touch down, we're going to take it right into a dead bug. So you're going to lift your legs up into that dead bug position, arms in front of your heart space, opposite hand, opposite foot, lengthen out and away from each other. Bring it back in, switch to the other side. Follow your breath here. So the exhale is on the effort, which for most of us is going to mean at that extended point, there's that biggest effort. And then we inhale and bring it back in. Nice, slow, steady pace. No need to rush. Follow your breath versus following some speed you think should be happening. And then for some of us, it's going to feel slightly better to have the natural curve of our back. For some of us, it'll feel better to be in a slightly crunched up position. And then for some of us, it'll feel better just to press the low back into the ground. So you're always going to play around with where do you feel the strongest? Where do you feel really stable as you extend the limbs out? The rest of the limbs stay nice and steady. All right, set your feet down. Now we're going to take it right into some Pilates 100. So set your feet down into that bridge position. Curl up your head, neck, and chest. Start to pump your arms. We inhale for a count of 5, and then we exhale for a count of 5. We stay in that curled up position. Pump your arms. Inhale and exhale. At the 30-second mark, we're going to lower for a second. So when you're ready, lower yourself down. Now pick up your legs, curl up the head, neck, and chest, back to the pump of the arms. If you get here and this is too much of a challenge, put your feet down. But if you can stay here, we got 18 seconds left. All right, that's time. Now we're going to lower our feet down. Take a moment just to take a breath. Stretch your arms up above your head. And then we're going to rock and roll up, finding our way up into a tabletop position. So I say we rock and roll up with a little bit of gusto, spin it around, find your tabletop position. And then once you've got your tabletop position, the work here is a nice little combo of work. So you're going to walk your knees back just a little bit. So it's just going to challenge your push-up position. So you're still in a tabletop, but knees are back just a little bit. Now you're going to pick up your knees in a hover position, lower your knees, go down into push-up position and then into a back extension. So your hands are going to reach back, your legs are going to lift, Hands are going to float down, knee down, push up, come back up, curl your toes under, pick up your knees, find a hover, lower it down, come down in a nice slow push up, back extension, arms reach back, legs lift, arms lift, back gets engaged, hands come back down, knee down, push up. Beautiful. Pick up your knees, hover for a second, knees come back down, and away we go. You take your time here. There's no need to rush. All right, that's time. Now we're going to take it into our last minute of this core work. So now you're going to come down, elbows and forearms. So finding that nice low planking position. And then we're going to take it center plank, side plank, side plank. So you're going to go at a pace that feels reasonable to you. Again, there's no need to rush. So we rotate a little bit to the side. And if you like a star plank to just also work the side of your glutes, you're going to lift up, carefully come through center, pause in your center, rotate to the other side, maybe take a little star plank. Go nice and slow so you're in control the whole way. Take your time. And when we think about core muscles, I like to think about the core muscles being from the shoulders to the butt. So we keep all of those supportive muscles in good, strong condition so that we can roll across the floor just like this, nice and slow and controlled. All right, find your way back to that center plank position. Pause there for a moment. And then when you're ready, push your way back up to tabletop position. Once you found your tabletop position, take it right into cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale to round your back. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale, round your back. Inhale to drop your belly. Exhale to round your back. As you come to neutral spine, curl both sets of toes under, rock yourself forward and back. Stretch the toes and the bottoms of your feet. One more rock forward and back. And then toes tucked or released, totally up to you. Take it right into puppy pose. Hips stay in line with the knees. Hands walk forward, arms as wide as you like them to be. Let your chest soften down. Take 3 nice big breaths here. On your next inhalation, walk yourself back up to tabletop position. Curl your toes under. Exhale, lift up into downward facing dog. We're going to walk our feet towards our hands, come to a soft fold at the top of the mat. Take your time as you find your way there. Once you found that soft fold at the top of the mat, inhale to half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center. Transfer your weight onto your favorite foot. Light, light balance. So keep your toe on the ground, but transfer your weight. And then come up onto the tip of your big toe just as much as you can. So it's like your toe is touching the ground, but it's not offering any actual support. See if you can find that. Gaze forward. Take a nice big breath. All right, then set that foot down nice and slow. Switch it to the other side. So we roll up onto the tip of the big toe. Find your balance, steady your breath. Beautiful. Set that foot down. Let your hands relax at your sides. We're going to pick up one foot and we're going to go toenails down. So you're going to go toenails down and then gently press down. So what we're looking for is just the idea or feeling of stretch or stress through the front of our shoelaces and the front of the ankle. So nothing extreme, just find a little bit of stretching sensation. Pause and take a breath. Awesome. Lift that foot off, switch it over to the other side. Toenails down, gently press down. One side might be different from the other, so we only go to the place where it feels good, not where we're trying to match some other part of the body. Beautiful. Set that foot down on an inhale, arms up above your head. Interlace the fingers, middle fingers up if you can go for that middle finger up mudra. And then once you've got middle fingers up mudra, tip from side to side. Okay, now the next time you tip over to the right, stay there, take an extra cycle of breath. Inhale as you come up through center, tip over to the left, stay there for an extra cycle of breath. Inhale, come up through center, unlace your fingers, bend your knees, push your butt back, fold down towards the ground. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften back down, step your feet back to downward facing dog. Take one more breath. Pick up your heels, lower your knees, come through tabletop position. We're gonna go crisscross applesauce. So if you like to and it feels comfortable, you'll crisscross your legs behind you and float back, but get there in any way that feels good. We're coming back to that mudra, those thumbs to the pads of the pinky fingers, the other four fingers around, palms facing up, knuckles together. Press it gently up against the soft tissue of your belly. Sit up nice and tall. Take 5 nice deep breaths here. On this last breath, if you can, you almost want to imagine that you're breathing down into the thumb that's tucked into your palm. So take that last final nice big breath. Awesome. And then when you're ready, release your hands, give your hands and your thumbs a little twinkle, catch hold of your knees, gentle back bend here. Lift your chest, lift your chin, push your lips up towards the ceiling like you're trying to kiss the sky. When you're ready, tuck your chin towards your chest. Relax that back bend just a little bit, but keep the shoulders down and back. Lovely. Now we're going to walk it out to easy seated forward fold. So think hip hinge, nice long spine. Walk yourself out just to a point where your low back, knees, and hips feel comfortable, and then hang out there for a moment. Take a breath. Come back up nice and slow and controlled. Hands behind the head. You're going to take your left elbow round and reach your left elbow towards your right knee. Inhale, come up through center, round and reach your right elbow towards your left knee. Come back up through center. If you can, hands free. You're going to lean back into your sits bones, swing your legs out nice and wide. And then once you've got that nice wide configuration, now you're going to release your hands from your head and you're going to walk yourself forward just to a point where you feel a little stretch or stress in the inner thighs. And then that's enough. You don't need to go any further. Pause at that point. Take a nice big breath. Wonderful. And then when you're ready, slowly and mindfully walk yourself back in. Grab the backs of your knees, help your legs come together. Now we're going to set ourselves up so that we come into our back bend. So you're going to use whatever prop or tool you want to for here. So I'm going to go with my rolled up blanket so that it's going to be the length of my spine. Foam roller will do the trick. Throw pillow will do the trick. If you want something a little bit harder underneath the back, you might go yoga block underneath the upper back. So any prop or tool that you've got that feels like that would be just right. Lower yourself down. We're looking for an open heart back bend. whatever that might look like to you. And then you choose your own adventure with your legs. Some of us are going to feel good to have a little bit of a constructive rest situation. Some of us are going to be like, reclined cobbler's pose all the way. And some of us might go a little bit of a broken fish with the legs nice and long. So pick your leg position that feels just right. Try all three, pick the one you like best. Or if you already know where you like to go, send your way there. And then give yourself a moment here. We're going to go for about 10 nice deep breaths. So get as soft and heavy on your prop as you can. Take one more breath here. And then just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, just to make sure that you didn't get too restful in that position, just so that you can come off of your prop in a kind and gentle way. And you're just going to slowly prop yourself up and off of your tool, whatever you had going on, scooch it off to the side, and then come all the way back down onto your back. Legs can be bent, legs can be long, totally up to you. It's just, we want to take a moment just to feel the benefits of the back bend. So come back down, take a nice big breath. And then we're going to take just a little bit of hip bridging to finish, but we're going to walk our feet nice and close to the butt, feet about hip width distance apart. For this one, we're going to go hands alongside the hips, pressing gently down into the backs of the arms. Exhale and lift your hips up away from the ground. Pause at the top. On your next inhalation, lower your hips back down. Exhale, lift your hips up. Press down into your arms, reach your knees toward your toes. Think about anchoring your sternum down. Hang out here. Lower down nice and slow and controlled. Take an inhalation. Exhale, lift up one last time. Stay up. Reach your knees toward your toes. Anchor your sternum down. Press gently down into the backs of the arms. Notice your breath. All right, and then when you're ready, slow as you can, lower your hips back down to the ground. And then once your hips touch down, pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a light little squeeze. Maybe take your knees and draw them in a couple of gentle circles. Circle in one direction. Circle the other way. And then if you like just a little bit of rolling from side to side, you'll hold onto your knees or your shins and you're just going to roll from side to side across your back. So think shoulder to shoulder is the movement pattern. And then how far you go with that, it'll be totally up to you, because everybody will feel a little bit better with certain depths of movement here. One more roll from side to side if that's feeling good. And then start to ask yourself, where would be your best Shavasana? Would it feel good to come back to that back bend? Would it feel good to use your prop underneath your hips or underneath the bend of your knees or underneath your head or underneath the curve of your neck, just depending on what tool you chose to play with? So find your way to your your shavasana that would feel just really nice to you this morning. No right or wrong, as long as you feel happy. And then once you've found your way into the ish position you're looking for, give your body a moment. Work out all your little wiggles, get your props in place, get your costume arranged, ask yourself how everything's feeling. And then start to ask yourself if you can just let your breath slow down a little bit. You always have the option to stay in your shavasana just as long as you like. But if you feel ready to do so, start to just wiggle the fingers and wiggle your toes. Take a little bit of time just with the fingers and the toes, especially the hands and the thumbs. So you're just going to take a moment to notice, because we will finish with that mudra one last time. But if your thumbs are feeling a little bit cranky about the work, then you might choose to reduce the thumb tuck just a little bit, all things depending. All right, so once you have a sense of how your hands feel, your thumbs feel, your toes feel, now start to move your wrists, move your ankles, allow a little bit of time there, just let that slightly deeper breath come back into your body. And then, of course, if you've got any props underneath you, take a second to kind of scooch them out of the way. And then once you've got your props kind of scooched out of the way, maybe find any other little gentle movements that might feel good so that you can find your way to big good morning stretch. So when you feel ready, walk your legs nice and long, stretch your arms up above your head. Inhale, reach and lengthen full body. Exhale, soften a little bit. Now we're going to go right hand, left leg. So right hand and left leg are just going to stretch out and away from each other. And then inhale, bring it back into softness. Now left hand, right leg are just going to reach and stretch out and away from each other. And then find that softness again. And then one last time, all limbs, reaching long through your fingers, through your toes. Exhale and soften, and then slowly find your way up to a comfortable seated position. So maybe you rock and roll up, maybe you roll to one side. Anything that gets you there happily is the way to go. And we are going to come back to that mudra one last time. So find your nice tall seat, thumbs to the pads of the pinky fingers, wrap your other fingers around, knuckles together, palms facing up, bring it right up against the soft tissue of your belly, and then just let your eyes close down or soften your gaze. Couple of nice slow deep breaths here. Breathing in a little love and gratitude for the soft tissue of our abdomen. This guy does a lot of work for us, and we complain a lot sometimes about the soft tissue of our body, but it works and moves with us and it holds us all together. So take a minute, just if you can find it, to offer up just a little bit of gratitude for our softness. And then when you're ready, slowly release your thumbs, and we're just going to let one hand cup on top of the other, and then let the tips of your thumbs touch. And then once you found that softer position, take another nice deep breath. Slow breath out. And then all that gratitude that you were able to muster up for the soft tissue of your body, take that nice bit of gratitude and pull it right up to your heart space. Stack your hands on top of your heart and bow your head to your heart. Breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and for all of your hard work. And then breathe in a little extra love and gratitude that you can carry with you through the rest of your day and share with anyone who might need it. And then when you feel ready, gently lift up through the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Happy Saturday. You guys are amazing.